Hi there, welcome to day 2784 of What's She Up To Now. She being Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, that happens to be my name. If you have never seen me before, that's who I am. And I show up every day for 2,784 days. I think I missed a day or two in those days, so it's not consecutive. It is consecutive, but there's a couple days that I didn't show up. So the numbers are consecutive, and the bear's jumping on me. I like teddy bears. I know, it's a grandma thing. It's not. It's just a me thing. I've always liked teddy bears. So today, we're talking about spiritual health and well-being, both in, excuse me, what's with my throat lately? It's fall. Be a Better You annual challenge, where we're doing one thing every day to be a better version of ourselves, just a little bit better every day. We do one thing. And spirituality is our focus this month, our connection to something, a higher power, something outside of us, however you define that. We defined it at the beginning of the month. And today's topic is spiritual expectations, and are we sharing them? What are our expectations of ourselves? What are our expectations of other people? It might be in our family. It might be in our religious organization. It might be in our workplace. It might be in our business if we own a business. Are we letting people know, hey, this is what I stand for, so you get to stand for what you want to stand for. I stand for what I want to stand for. And maybe that's all the discussion is saying we all have the right to believe different things, and we're going to respect that in one another and in each other's lives, because we all have different experiences and different reasons for our reality, for the thoughts and the beliefs that we have turned into our reality. Unless, of course, and I'm going to say this because this is my belief as a human being, unless it harms other human beings or other living creatures, then it's not okay. And that is definitely not a spiritual or religious organization or thing. So, today we're talking about, have you ever shared those expectations with yourself or with anyone? I think every once in a while it's nice to have some self-reflection and say, okay, what do I believe in? What is my connection to a higher power? How do I demonstrate my beliefs in the world to make a positive difference, right? Because we're all here to make the world a better place. If we're not here to make the world a better place, what the heck are we here for, right? It makes the meaning of life very interesting if we have a purpose of being a better human being and making the world a better place, in my opinion. Again, always my opinion on here. Why? I can't share other people's opinions. It's just me talking. So that's why I like to open the discussion and the dialogue and ask questions and say, what do you think about this? How do you feel about this? Does this make any sense to you whatsoever? Because if it doesn't, then I want to change my tack. I want to do something different. But this is just where I document my journey, so I kind of pontificate. So we're talking about that and expectations. And I have found that in every area and aspect of our life, when there's a challenge or a problem or an obstacle, it almost always boils down to miscommunication, not sharing people's expectations. To me, frustration, which has been a huge part of my life in negative ways, I'm trying to turn it into a positive, boils down to me expecting things to be different than they are. Talk about a way to set yourself up to feel frustrated all the time. It's like having the overriding question. Each of us have an overriding question, a primary question in our life that we ask ourselves thousands and thousands of times a day, and we act off that question because based on the answer we'll determine what we do, what we say, what we think, what we feel about different situations. Mine used to be, prior to my sudden cardiac arrest, WTF. WTF was the question I asked myself thousands of times a day. And if you would have asked anyone around me, they could have told you that that was my primary question, but I could not have. It wasn't until I had my sudden cardiac arrest, and after that did a whole bunch of self-reflection and self-improvement stuff and started to open myself up to what the heck am I doing, what's going on, how did I get so far off course from how I thought I was going to live my life. And I had to make some massive lifestyle changes, which were all positive. They didn't feel positive at the time, but they really, really were for me and for those I love and care about. So we have a primary question, and it either feeds us in a positive way or a negative way. Mine fed me in a very, very negative way because it kept me in a constant state of stress and frustration. And I get frustrated now with technology and things, but I shut myself down relatively quickly compared to how I used to. And I get out of those loops as soon as I notice them starting, because I know how detrimental it can be for myself and for those around me. And it's like worry. It's absolutely, positively, totally wasted negative energy. So why do I want to stay there? All right, off topic. But again, I have found that it's when we're not sharing expectations. And it starts with ourselves. What are our expectations of ourselves? We all have our identity and how we think we should show up and behave in the world. But are we really aware of that? I mean, we're already doing it, but are we aware of what we're doing and how we're showing up in the world? Mostly not. We're just living our lives. And so I think there's value in taking some time to ponder and self-reflect. What is most important to me? What is meaningful to me? What is my connection to a higher power? How do I improve that if I want to improve that? Or do I care about that at all? It's up to you. You get to decide. You get to create the life that you want. Right, Cody? Yes. All right. Any questions? Hit me up. Otherwise, it's Friday in my neck of the woods, so I'm getting ready for a weekend. We're running out of summer here in Wisconsin, so I like to enjoy it as much as I can. But I'm here if you have questions. Just ask. Have a great day.